Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HOTFIX. Today we're going to talk about the latest Deus Ex game. This is Deus Ex: The Fall. Allow me to read the press release, ladies and gentlemen. So it says, Square Enix Limited, the publisher of... What? Square Enix Limited, the publisher of Square Enix Interactive Entertainment. We don't need to read that. We'll read the other bit. Deus Ex: The Fall. Shut up, boy. Deus Ex: The Fall is set in 2027, a golden era for science, technology, and human augmentation, but also a time of great social divide and global conspiracy. Powerful corporations have seized control from governments and command the drug supply needed for augmented humans to survive. In this chaos, Ben Saxton, a former British SAS mercenary, I don't know why he'd be a mercenary if he was in the SAS, but there you go, who underwent physical augmentation, is desperate for the truth behind the drug conspiracy. Betrayed by his private military employees, the Tyrants, what a totally garbage name. Now, not only... Whatever, I'm not reading that. Basically, the first thing at the top, as soon as I get the email through, Mr. Kirioth, it says... now, let me just give you a little bit of backstory, bit of history. Well, not really history, but over the last few days. Square Enix started talking about, a new Deus Ex game. The Fall. NeoGAF threads. What's this? The Fall. Loads of speculation. Oh, God, new Deus Ex game. The domain was registered. What could this possibly be? It must be a new Deus Ex game. It's got to be. Well, it is a new Deus Ex game. However, the Deus Ex series continues on mobile and tablet devices.
Yep.
Oh dear.
No, come on. No. Explain your oh dear. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
It's going to be quite detailed, but I can explain my idea, right? If you've been following me on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, you go and follow me now, which is @UnitLostGaming. Let me just quote myself. I may have actually... These are the tweets I put out. So I said... Deus Ex: The Fall is a fucking mobile tablet game. Fuck right off. What a disgrace. Then I said, look at the downvotes on the announcement video, which, by the way, I'll just check that because I'm pretty sure it was this disgusting. Yeah, it's got 132 upvotes and 2,046 dislikes, which is pretty bad. Anyway, I also said, what a travesty. Why hype up the announcement of some rancid mobile game everyone will surely slam? These people need to hire me, which is because I could act as a consultant, although I'm going to charge £400 an hour, Mr. Kirioth. You can be my assistant, actually, Mr. Kirioth. I'll pay you £200 an hour. How about this amazing deal? Anyway, why is this so offensive? Why is this so disgusting? Why is everybody going crazy about this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Deus Ex, the original, which came out in, I think came out in 2000, I think. In fact, let me just check that. Yeah, it did. It came out in the year 2000. So I was right anyway, Mr. Kirioth, because I knew I was right. I'm always right. This was pure. This was absolutely pure. Like, in most cases, if you see, like, the top 10 games of all time, especially PC games, this thing will be, like, at least top 3. Most of the time, it's top 1. Pure game. Absolutely pure. Then came Deus Ex Invisible War a few years later. This was absolutely rancid. No, this was so bad. This was like, what the hell is this? What? I can't even put into words how bad that was. It's like the horrible bastard child of I don't know what. It was just totally shit, like absolutely shit. So people are like, okay, Deus Ex is dead. Well, let me fast forward to, I think it was 2011, Deus Ex Human Revolution comes out. Well, I was skeptical to begin with because, I'm not going to lie, the graphics were absolutely shit. Like, this was a game designed for the consoles and designed with, like, extremely low quality textures. Just, like, really low quality visuals all around. And that was kind of putting me off straight away because I'm like, what the hell is this? Deus Ex is a PC game. What the fuck is it doing on the consoles? What the fucking bollocks Christ is this? However, they managed to capture what a Deus Ex game should be. They took it back to the original Deus Ex and essentially copied what was going on there, obviously with a totally different storyline and such. But it was essentially the same game. And I'll be honest, it was pure. Loads of people love that game. It's awesome. So now you've got a fan base of people who have become, they've fallen back in love with Deus Ex. They may have played the original back in the day. I played the original. Okay. Obviously, Deus Ex Invisible War was shit, but then Human Revolution, that's pure. So now I'm like, oh, God, good Lord, this is pure. I'm waiting for the next game. Okay, so if this came out in 2011, well, we're in 2013 now, Mr. Kirioth, and we're halfway through the year.
So 2.5
now would be a
years,
good time. E3's coming out. Yeah, well, E3's coming around as well. So, all this speculation starts going round about the new Deus Ex game. It's bearing in mind that this is a a title on PC, and there is shitloads of PC gamers. You know, I think Human Revolution was voted Game of the Year at multiple places in 2011. You know, great game. Just looked a bit dodgy, but I think you could probably mod that now. But whatever, it looked a bit dodgy at the time. They're waiting for the next installment on the PC, or even the console. You know, I'd kind of accept it if it was next generation console. I'd be fine. But then, Mr. Kirioth, when I see the press fucking release and it says mobile and tablet, I'm like, what? So you've been leaking this information? And what? It's a fucking mobile game. And I tell you what, I felt offended. Now, I mean, I can't vouch for the quality of this mobile game. It might be a fucking great mobile game. The problem is, and I think where most of the hate is coming from, and this is why I don't particularly like it, is because it's a fucking mobile game. Why would you announce a mobile game?
And this, no, I can't understand it anymore. And this is why 90% of what you've just said, no doubt is what everyone else is thinking, is mostly bullshit, right? Here's the thing. They're hyping it up because it's a mobile game. Why are they doing that? Well, maybe it's because so far, if we're brutally honest, mobile games are shit. Let's be completely blunt about it. They're gash. They're shitty, swipe at the fruit, throw birds at the pigs, piles of rancid shit that's just casual stuff for kids. That's all it is. What they've done is they've noticed that actually the mobile market is expanding at a ridiculous rate, and they want to get in there with something that's actually quite good that people might play without feeling ill.
Well, yeah, but we don't know that. We don't know anything about the game. All we got is that trailer they showed us and the press release, which tells us nothing.
And you compare that trailer to the currently most popular mobile games, and it already looks better than those. Are you telling me you want to throw birds at pigs when you could be playing Deus Ex on the train?
I don't want to play mobile games. This is the
so
thing.
you're just going to take your PC everywhere? People are getting angry about it, about a game that isn't fucking aimed at them.
No. Yeah, but why market it to them? This is the big problem. Like, they've got this big fan base, you know, of PC. Let's just say PC and console gamers. They've systematically hyped this up. Information leaks and shit like that. It's not like the most hyped thing ever, but, you know, there's bits of information floating about. E3's coming up. People are like, oh, yeah, you know, people get excited before E3. It's going to be a new Deus Ex game. And then when they announce it, and it's a mobile game, I don't know. I mean, you know what, actually? I wouldn't have been that bothered if it was just a thing. Like, if it was like, we just made this. You know, and they didn't bother. I mean, that would never happen.
Yeah, but that's fucking stupid, ain't it? Why would you be
a video?
Why market a video for something that they're releasing? What do you mean, why do that? What else are they going to do?
To their fan base, which is PC gamers who are going to downvote the video into oblivion and put that much hate on the video. It's not even marketing anymore. It's just a cesspit of abuse. That's what it's turned into.
So instead, they should just not market it to anyone.
They should have
just released it and not told anyone. That's just fucking stupid. Why have they made it? They've made it because mobile market is expanding massively. Why tell the fan base
which is going to get rid of it, though? Well, not get rid of it, but hate it. Why do that?
Because not all of them will.
To that fan base.
You're making an assumption there that 100% of people are going to go, well, that's shit. I might have an iPad and I might use it all the time. Well, I'm not going to play it because it's on iPad.
The only stats I've got available are the dislikes and the likes in the video, which are like heavily in favour of dislikes. Now, we have to take into account there will be, you know, people jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak. Oh, let's downvote it.
Yeah, no, but those stats are meaningless.
Well, it's still a reflection of what that community thinks.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it fucking wrong, does it?
How can you say they're meaningless? If we had a video with shitloads of downvotes on...
do you want to take a look at our Secret World video, sir?
Yeah, I believe we're right that's not the same, though. That's opinionated, though. That's different. That's not like just a piece for... You know, if we did a video and said, hey, guys, we're changing Unit Lost and we're going to start doing Happy Wheels and all this crap, right? We know that's going to get slammed. Would we put that on the channel and then go, oh, we're looking at reviewing the videos, we've been slammed into oblivion here with shitloads of dislikes and loads of hate comments? That's essentially what they've done here. And I don't understand.
No. Hang on.
No. It also says on the video here, there's an annotation. It says, never stop looking, subscribe. What the hell does that mean?
They're not... This is where I'm having a problem, right? This is my problem. So you're saying that because they've made Deus Ex to fall on mobile, that's the end of Deus Ex, there's now going to be a PC version again?
No.
No, okay, yeah, so that's stupid.
It's because they've hyped it up.
Yeah, so they've hyped up a game that they're releasing as opposed to doing no marketing. Which of those sounds more stupid? Doing no marketing or doing marketing?
You need to do marketing, but the way they've done it is a bit dodgy. Why didn't they say, we're developing a mobile game? Like, why didn't they say that, you know, whenever they were developing it, instead of not saying anything? So, I mean, did you see the teaser trailer?
Yeah.
I think it was something stupid, like 5 seconds. Just the logo. It's like, what the hell is this? You know, this is nothing. Well, like, why leave it until the last possible moment to, when they know their fan base is waiting for a AAA title, a PC game, a console game, or whatever, and then suddenly go, yeah, guys, we've got a new game, we got a new game. It's a mobile game. I think that's the problem, really. If you ignore what the game is, that's the problem with what they've done there.
But that shouldn't be a problem, because that's just like
why not?
Because that's just fucking stupid.
What?
The whole thing. No. Okay, what is the most successful way of marketing a game on PC? It's what they've just done. Now, why would you not try and apply that same thing to the biggest expanding market at the moment, which is mobile? Just because it's a mobile game doesn't mean they should sit there and say, oh, by the way, I've got a game, here you go. They're doing it because they're trying to build up hype. And it worked. They did build up hype. It backfired. But
it's backfired,
what is preferable? Sitting there and having them just come out and say, oh, we've made this mobile game. It's part of Deus Ex. All trying to build up hype like everyone else does with every other fucking game.
Yes, but hang on. This is kind of like... Let's do a wild like example. Let's say there's noise about another freelancer game. I know this is a game you like. So there's another freelancer game coming out. It's like, oh yeah, freelancer, theking.com has been registered or something. And you're like, oh god, what's this? You're reading a NeoGAF thread. And then there's bits and pieces going around, like there's a little teaser of the logo on the screen. And you're like, yeah. And then they go, it's a mobile game. You wouldn't, I mean, okay, you might be like, well, whatever. But you wouldn't be like, great, would you? You'd be like,
I wouldn't be excited, but at the same time, I wouldn't be sitting there going like, "This is absolute bullshit," because the mobile platform at the moment is frankly just immature. It's immature and gash, and it's approached in a really shitty way. It's like, here is a game, it's for mobile, off you go. That's it. Whereas what they've done is they've tried to bring the same kind of marketing, which works really well for consoles and PCs, to a platform that at the moment is growing all the time. Now,
yeah, but you cannot not agree. You cannot not agree. What a statement that. If they'd said to begin with that this is a mobile game, we're making a mobile game for Deus Ex, months ago or whatever, it probably would have been like, what the hell is this? But it wouldn't have been as bad as it is. And when it came out, now I'll be honest here, when you look at the trailer, I mean, you guys would have seen it about 10 minutes ago on this video. The graphics don't look that bad. It looks fairly decent for a mobile game visually. You might think, oh, that don't look too bad. But because they haven't said that, and then they've just gone, here it is, and it's a mobile game. Everybody's gone, what the hell? And they've just gone fucking crazy about it.
So I don't...
That's the problem.
It shouldn't matter. That's the issue
it does
I've got.
Doesn't it?
It's like, if there are plenty of games that are hyped, that are like exclusives and stuff, why? No one cares. No one gives a fuck. Why would it matter? It doesn't make any difference. If you're going to buy the game, you're going to buy it if you've got an iPad. If you haven't got an iPad, then you've got no interest in it. And it's like, so little was leaked before. It was, it's a new story. It's a new story, new lead character, same universe. Great. But what have you got from that? It's going to be different to the last game. Well, it could be fucking anything. It'll still be different to the last game. And the thing is as well, there's this whole thing of, it's Deus Ex. It's like it's a fixture now. Everyone loves Deus Ex. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see that. But the way that falls down is, the first one was ridiculously good. The second one was shit. Human Revolution.
It was so bad.
Human Revolution was pretty good. I'm still not
as good as the first one, but it's pretty good.
So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my god, they've sold the Deus Ex trade IP down the river with this.
Maybe that's why they feel that though. Yeah, but maybe that's why they feel it, because they got, they were given, like, Deus Ex came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, I see, this is pretty good. People, they always laugh about it, don't they? They're like, oh, here's another reason to reinstall Deus Ex, because I think a massive mod came out for it recently. Something that was been worked on for years and years and years. Some fucking 10-hour campaign or something. Then you've got Invisible War, which is like, oh dear. Then you've got Deus Ex Human Revolution, so it's like, oh, it's sort of a bit better now. And then they've kind of been shafted again. Because there will be people out there who are like hardcore fans of the series, and they're just going to be like, what's going on here?
The thing is, you run the risk of that no matter what happens. And I think this is the thing that's like puzzling me so much. The main thing about this seems to be not the fact that it's a new Deus Ex game, but just the fact it's an iPad. And it's like, well, okay, admittedly, I would quite enjoy actually having a new Deus Ex game on PC. But the fact that this isn't it.
If it was on Android as well, we could probably play it on our tablets, because they're, what are they, Tegra something or other, the Nexus 7.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's like, I don't, it's not on the platform I have. And so instantly, my reaction is not, well, you're all a bunch of fucking dickheads. It's, okay, I can stop caring about this now.
So I think what's happened here with this, I think what they've done is they've sat there. if you're running a business, you obviously look at your markets, you look at the information you've got available, and you look at what's going on in the marketplace, and you say, okay, we know mobile's growing. We've got a franchise here, which has done pretty well on PC and console. We can probably adapt this to a mobile platform. Obviously, we're going to go for the iOS platform because it's enclosed. Well, not enclosed, but because it's like the hardware's all standardized. So we can, really refine the game. We haven't got to make something that run all kinds of fucking a million different Android devices and whatever. So this sounds fine. And what we're going to do, we'll hype it up, and then we'll release a trailer just before E3. But we kind of, I would look back at that if I was in charge of that business or in that. But this sounds like a fucking job application for me. If I was in their, their department, their marketing department, I'd look back and I'd say, okay, we kind of did everything okay. In fact, you could take your point of view and say, we've done everything totally fine. What's the point? Well, why even get pissed? But what they didn't do is say, this is a mobile game, or this is a game for iOS, or the Deus Ex franchise, is... Because, people are stupid, ain't they? They're going to think, oh, God, the game's on mobile now, it's not on PC, which is totally retarded. Because obviously there'll be another one, because it'll just make loads of money. But you get that effect hitting the market, don't you? People will be like, I don't understand what's going on. And then you get these massive hate trains. And I honestly think the reason why this has just been downvoted into oblivion and not kind of been appreciated for what it is, I think they could have done the video a little bit better if they showed a little bit more off and really spoke about the systems in place in the game, the mechanics and stuff like that and what's going on. Because they kind of briefly touched on it but didn't really go into massive detail. Could have been hailed as a really good mobile game or a good upcoming mobile game. That shows off the power of what's the current iPad 4? I don't know. I don't fucking know. iPad Retina FaceTime display device. So it shows that off in its best light, yeah? Right? I think it would have been okay. But I just honestly think, because it didn't say it was a mobile game. My first raw reactions are on Twitter. And that's kind of like, most people are kind of like that. Some people obviously take it way to the extreme. I think, where was the one I think I sent you a message, hang on. Yeah, here we go. So check this out. I'd call this probably overreacting, Mr. Kira. So, hey guys, we have a story-driven FPS RPG hybrid with a loyal PC fan base that has followed it for 10 years. What should we do now? I know, let's make an iOS game. You couldn't fucking make it up. Fuck you all. That's a bit extreme. Yeah, but that's the reason that reaction has come round. Yeah, but I think the reason it's come round, because it kind of happened to me as well, is because they didn't say it was a fucking mobile game. They just were like, that's a mobile game. You know what? When I seen the... What is it? Is it endorphins in your brain? Is that what gets released when you're like...
Probably, yeah.
Some sort of chemical thing goes off in you. Isn't what's serotonin? That's something to do with it as well. Anyway, I'm no neuroscientist. Although, good lord, there's like 180 new comments on this video since I last looked at it. What was I saying? I can't even remember what I'm saying anymore.
Basically, it was...
So I've seen the email. No, hang on. I've seen the email. I'm like, shit. It says... from somebody. I'm not going to mention the name, because I'm professional. For immediate release, Square Enix announces Deus Ex The Fall. It's like... oh.
So, again, it's like, I can see the disappointment, right? I'm not arguing that it is a bit disappointing, because that would be daft. Deus Ex Human Revolution was a very good game, and so a sequel this early would be, kind of nice. But it's just this whole hate thing that's come about that I don't get. Now, admittedly, yeah, they could have put that it was mobile earlier on. But what they've done is they've done a mature marketing campaign that has applied to every other game on PC and console in recent years. And they've applied it to iOS. Now, to me, that's not bad. The underlying thing as well.
What was the Unreal Engine game which was marketed on iOS? The one with the amazing graphics with it's like a medieval guy slashing and chopping.
God.
But whatever that was called, that's obviously the Unreal Engine, like a mobile version of it. There's loads of games that use the Unreal Engine, so it's like, well, that's fine. I looked at that and thought, hey, that looks pretty good. I didn't think anything of it. I think it's simply because it is called Deus Ex. It's like, what the hell? And I know there are spin-off games. Let me pull some out of my brain. This is an EA game, so most EA games have got fucking mobile tie-in games. I think Dead Space 3 had some sort of mobile version. I think actually Mass Effect did as well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
It wouldn't put it past me, but they have these mobile games, but then at least the game comes out, so people kind of ignore that. They're like, well, whatever, But because I know I keep saying this, but I just think because they didn't say to people, look, this is a mobile game we're making in the Deus Ex series, because it's not even the same fucking story as what's his face, Jansen.
No,
it's like a totally different story. It's like a totally different thing.
But it's just that I think the thing that is baffling me is the fact that it has got so much hate. I mean, I can understand registering disappointment, but no matter how much you like a franchise and how much you might like Deus Ex and any other series that you've played and loved, the people making it are still businesses, and they will still look at stuff, and they will still look at like mobile and say, hey, that's expanding pretty damn quick. We could get in with a really good game, or we could try and make a good game for iOS or for Android or whatever. And they've got enough experience from doing games on other platforms that they're not just going to sit there and just say one day, oh, by the way, here's a mobile game, because that would not get any attention. Now, if they'd said earlier on, then yeah, perhaps the hate wouldn't be quite as bad. But in terms of raising attention for the game, once the hate dies down and people realise that in actual fact it is not the end of Deus Ex, it's not going to be the end game, you're never going to see Deus Ex again, it's only ever going to be on iPad, people might suddenly then think to themselves, oh well, hey, hang on, I've got an iPad, why don't I get it and find out whether it's actually good or not, as opposed to just running my mouth off because they've announced it when I wanted something different. You don't always get what you want. You don't go angry about it, just say, oh, well, that wasn't
but
as
surely,
good as what I was after.
Like, I mean, I look at these downvotes and upvotes. Surely that would have been completely reversed if it was a PC title. I mean, it would have been, because like I said, they never announced it was mobile, so everybody kind of assumed. I mean, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups, I do believe so, but everybody assumed it would have been a PC console game. And then it's like, no, it's not. And we'll tell you right just as we launch our video. So watch the overriding emotion in most of the people who get this information. Dislike, and then what happens to your video? Oh dear.
Yeah, but I think that's again something that gamers in
bad
particular
execution.
are quite
but
bad
no,
at, which is having realistic expectations. People expected Red Alert 3 to be good, and it wasn't. People expected Command & Conquer 4 to at least be passable, and it was shit.
Oh, shut up,
I mean, if you look at all the games that have come out, and you look at the sequels, and the various spin-offs and stuff, there are countless examples, sir, of where you played an excellent game. Supreme Commander was a fucking quality game. Supreme Commander 2 was shit. I mean, as a group, gamers are really bad at reining in their expectations. When something new is announced, they don't think to themselves, well, hang on, this might not be so good. Or this might be, this might be...
Yeah, I mean, I think we can basically sum it up to this. I think they should have said it was a mobile game to begin with. I don't like the way they executed the whole... As soon as the video came out and the press release came out, that's when they told people it was mobile. I think that was bad. I also think you shouldn't really get that much, kind of pissed about it because, well, ignoring your initial reaction, it's not going to damage the franchise. It's just a mobile game, which, like Kiri said, if you want it, then, well, fucking go and get it. You know what I mean? But I do think that they kind of... They have sort of like... Their execution is bad. Hopefully they've learnt from this.
I'm inclined to say that the way they approached the marketing was good, but I agree that they probably should have mentioned that it was a mobile game before. Like, they should have made it clear and then done the hype thing, because then I think that would have worked out better. But also, I'm not gonna...
Well, because you could have had this situation where people are like, yeah, that Deus Ex is a good game, and now it's going to mobile platforms. This could be good.
But then I'm not going to rip on them for trying it, because as a platform, mobile is kind of... It's still a bit...
Yeah.
It's still quite childish, and they're approaching it in a way that, to me, seems quite mature and in line with how everything else is being done these days, which is kind of a good thing, because it would be nice. It would be nice, bloke. It would be so good if I could, go on the Android store.
I know, but all of this doesn't matter. All of this doesn't matter because of what they did with the not saying it wasn't back in mobile to begin with, because that sort of screwed them up a bit. It's totally screwed them up. Because, I mean, you look at the comments, and these are obviously people... These are all going to be bad guys, and I mean, these are just from people who were commenting, right now, a second ago. So some guy says it's very underwhelming. Another guy says, cash grab for the iPhone market, the fall of Deus Ex. I can see why they called it the fall. Loads of jokes about the fall. Somebody hacked their website, that would be ironic. What? It's... I think it's just a bit of a miscalculation. What they need to do is announce what they need. Well, they did. But what they need to do now is go, oh, guys, by the way, we have actually got a fucking real game. Here you go. And then everybody forget about this and it'll be fine.
I still think,
they could
don't hate,
turn the negativity
just be disappointed.
into positivity.
Just be disappointed. Just don't.
You just say disappoint, bloke. That's the end of this.
What did I say? I said don't be disappointed. What are you talking about?
You said don't be disappointed.
I said disappointed. How dare you? I've got audio evidence.
Oh no.
I've got audio evidence, and I edit this. Oh,
But I've fired it though. Ah! No! Oh, the twist. Right, okay, guys, so let us know what you think on this whole Deus Ex The Fall situation. Because we won't call it a fiasco, we'll call it a situation. The situation, Mr. Kirioth.
road traffic situation.
An event. Right, we're getting out of here. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at follow Kirioth. He's at Kirioth, and we'll catch you next time. People too low.